Hello, welcome to Material Science and Metallurgy course. I'm Chandrasekhar, Associate Professor at Nadawala Reddy Engineering College, Hyderabad. In this video, we will be discussing about first chapter, Unit Outcome 2, that is, Analyze the Imperfection in Solids. We know that the solids are broadly classified into two types. First one, crystalline solids, and second one, amorphous solids. The crystalline solids are those in which the constituent particles regularly arrange. There is a long range order, but actually it is not this stage sometimes. There are defects or imperfection in the solids. Now, what are these defects? When the crystallization takes place, that is, when the crystal formation takes place at a moderate or a fast rate, some defects or irregularities they come in the crystal. These irregularities from the order arrangement is known as the defects or the imperfections. Today, we will study about these defects, how are they created in the solids, we'll study that. So let's study one by one all these imperfections. The imperfections are the defects in the solids are classified as point defect, line defect, surface defect and volume defect. Now we'll see point defects. When the irregularities around an atom or molecule, that is known as point defect. But when this defect or the irregularity in the arrangement of the constituent particle generates along a row, then that is known as a line defect. Surface defects are interfaces between homogeneous region of the material, that is known as surface defects. And last type, voids are regions where there are a large number of atoms missing from the lattice, that is known as volume defects. We will study in detail about the point defects. The point defects are further classified as vacancy, interstitial, substitutional and electronic defects. First of all, we will deal with vacancy defect. A vacancy refers to an atomic site from where the atom is missing. This may be due to imperfect packing during original crystallization or from the thermal vibration of atom or molecule. Interstitial defect. Here you can see that the extra atoms or the molecule are present at the interstitial sites. They should not be here, but they are here in addition to their normal position, that is interstitial defect. Since extra constituent particles are present in the interstitial state, it increases the density of the solids. Now, let's see Schottky defects. The cation and ions in equal numbers are missing from the crystal. Another point is missing. Why in equal number? It is just to maintain the electroneutrality of the crystal. You can see here cation should be present, but the cation is not here. It is missing. Similarly, here anion, but it is missing. So, one cation and one anion are missing from the crystal. This missing of the anion or cation in equal number from the crystal is known as Schottky defect. Now, another type of defect in the ionic compound is the Frankel defect. In Frankel defect, what happens actually is a cation, that is the smaller ion, it leaves its original site and it enters into the interstitial site. That means we can say that the cation is misplaced. It is not missing, it is misplaced. It is dislocated. It has left its original site, it remains in the crystal, but it shifts to the interstitial site. This is known as Frankel defect. In the Frankel defect, since the cation remains inside the crystal, it is only dislocated. So, there is no effect on the density. Here, the cation should be smaller than anion. Only then it can occupy the interstitial site. This type of defect normally common in the silver halides. For example, silver chloride, silver bromide, silver iodide. But AGBR shows both the defects, Frankel as well as Schottky defects. In this figure, you can able to see anion vacancy is here and cation vacancy is here and cation interstitial. Another type of point defect is substitutional impurity. This impurity will create when a foreign atom substitute a parent atoms in the lattice structure. For example, here you can see a zinc atom replaces a copper in the FCC structure of copper. Now, we'll see line defects. Line defects are called dislocations. A dislocation is a line defect where an uniform alignment of atom is broken to form a discontinuity or a localized distortion in the crystal. The dislocations are responsible for the phenomena of slip by which most metals plastically deform. Now, we will study in detail about line defects. The line defects are further classified as one, edge dislocation, and second one, screw dislocation. Now, we'll see edge dislocation. Consider a perfect crystal to be made up of a number of vertical plane of atoms. If one of these vertical planes does not extend from top to bottom but ends at only a part of the way within the crystal as shown here, an edge dislocation is present. In perfect crystal, the atoms are in equilibrium positions and all the bond lengths are of equilibrium value. Whereas in an imperfect crystal, the atoms do not occupy equilibrium positions, and the bond lengths are either compressed or pulled apart. Let's see screw dislocation. Consider the shaded area A, F, E, D on the plane A, B, C, D. Let the top part of the crystal over the shaded area be displaced by one interatomic distance to the left with respect to the bottom part. Now, the screw dislocation about the line E and F, which is known as the screw dislocation line. The atomic bonds in the region immediately surrounding the dislocation line undergo a shear distortion. Now we'll study about surface defect. Again, surface defects are classified into four types. They are 1. Grain boundaries, second one tilt boundaries, third one twin boundaries, and fourth one stacking faults. Let's deal with the grain boundaries. Grain boundaries are those regions which separate crystals of different orientations. A grain boundary is formed when two adjoining growing crystals meet at their surfaces. The thickness of these regions are only a few atomic diameters. The atoms in these regions are highly distorted and are caught between the two crystals and pulled apart by each to its own configuration. They can join neither crystal and take up a compromised position. Tilt boundaries. Here you can see a low angle grain boundaries where the orientation difference between two neighboring crystals is less than 10 degrees. The distortion in the boundary is less and is limited to a few edges dislocation located one below the other. Now we'll see twin boundaries. This is another type of surface imperfection where the atomic arrangement on one side of the twin boundaries is a mirror reflection of the arrangement on the other side. Twin boundaries occurs in a pair so that the change in orientation of two grains introduced by one boundary is restored by the other grain boundaries. Twins are generally formed during annealing or mechanical working of metals. Now, last one is stacking faults. They are surface imperfections created by an error in the stacking sequence of atomic planes in the crystals. Consider the stacking arrangement in an FCC crystal ABC, 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 and ABC. If suppose the plane within the buckets is missing, then the stacking becomes BC, ABC, BC, and ABC. The two planes BC found in the middle of FCC stacking, and then termed as a stacking fault. In other words, we can see stacking faults can be called as discrepancies in the packing sequence of the layers of the crystal structure. Now, we'll see about volume defects. Volume defects are those defects like blowholes, cracks, foreign inclusions, etc., which are three-dimensional and are much larger than other type of imperfection. They are normally introduced into solids during processing and fabrication techniques and have a considerable effect on the properties of materials.
Thank you.